Hello.
Hello, girlies. My name is Galera Dubs, and welcome back to Hello. And because this is a tradition over here, the drinks of the day are water from my Owala and carrot juice because that's literally my favorite drink of all times. And today we're going to talk about JOMO, the joy of missing out. I'm pretty sure we've all heard about FOMO, the fear of missing out, but I think JOMO is not really something that people touch base on or make it that popular. So we, of course, have to talk about it. And if you hear me a little raspy, it's because I'm still getting over a cold, super, super nasty cold. And that might be why, honestly, I love my voice when it's like this. But it does kind of sound bad, I guess, on audio. So anyways, forgive me if anything. I think we are so ruled by the fear of missing out, whether it's on social media or with our family members, with our coworkers, with anything around us. FOMO is, leader top one worry for all of us. For example, social media, like you see all these beautiful, beautiful girls having all these trips, all these vacations, and you're like, damn, I'm missing out. Like, that's not my life. Or you feel like your coworkers are going out to a dinner that you can attend. The fear of missing out is present, and don't tell me otherwise. But why should be we channeling JOMO and how to embrace it, how to get over FOMO, or listen, you never truly get over the fear of missing out. You kind of just push it to the side and assume that it's not, and that it should not be your main worry in the world, and that it shouldn't have such a big space in your brain. So how do we embrace JOMO? I think we first have to understand that what is it? I think JOMO is about finding content or contentment. I don't know if contentment is a word, but contentment, let's say, in saying no, in just simply saying no to things and prioritizing yourself. Because let's be honest with something. Do you really want to go to every dinner you're invited to? Probably not. You probably just want the Instagram picture, to be honest. And that's okay. But it's okay to say no too. JOMO is something that makes you feel good, or like it's that feeling that you get when you feel good about not participating on something, when you get a feeling of feeling good by not attending to something. And the realization that it comes to your brain when you understand that you are winning by choosing yourself, by choosing what truly matters, by choosing to not go to the dinner, to not go to the coffee date, to not go, to not attend, that's JOMO. If you feel joy on it, that's JOMO. Now, let's be real with something. I think my generation has, like FOMO has its strongest grip on us because of social media. I'm a Gen Z. I'm 26 years old. I'm on the older cusp of Gen Z, but I'm still a Gen Z, okay? I was born in 1998. And although I think, my parents and maybe some grandparents and the generations below us also have social media, we grew up with social media. I mean, I remember having Instagram in like 2011 or something like that. Yeah, like my first account was open in 2011. So we've literally grown up seeing what other people have, right? And you see all these people getting the new Van Cleef bracelets and doing the unboxings and doing their hauls and, get ready with me for today. You're like, damn, because I feel that too. Like, where are all these people getting all of these outfits from? And where are all these people, pulling money out of the freaking sky to be buying these things left and right? And I think just the idea of everyone's life being more exciting, more fulfilling, more fun, more everything than yours, that is what FOMO, it's basically rooted on. Because to be honest, I'll talk with my mom and I'm like, yeah, but this person is doing this. And you're like, yeah, but so what? You're not, and that's okay. I feel like the generations before me did not feel as strong a grip on FOMO as we do. And to be honest, maybe they only really had like celebrities to compare themselves to. But even then, at that point, you're not really comparing yourself to a Kardashian. You're like, yeah, I mean, Kim Kardashian has, I don't know, 20 cars. Of course she's going to have it because she's Kim Kardashian. Like, you feel like you're not on that level. But if you're seeing your friends and, I don't know, other influencers, right, around your age and that live in your area have all of these things, you feel like you're below them. And mind you, I feel like the comparison with social media is going to be a topic for a whole other day. And if you feel like you've been comparing yourself with influencers a lot lately, I'm just going to tell you something. Everyone tells you social media is fake, social media is fake. Social media is fucking fake, okay? And I'm going to tell you to the extent that is fake. When I first started posting seriously in like 2020, like late 2020, I started making girlfriends that were rapidly growing on the platform. And they, to this day, have like, I don't know, 500,000 followers on Instagram, which it's a lot of followers, right? And they were doing all of these crazy, like, I don't know, my outfit for New Year's Eve and my outfit for this, outfit for work. And I'm like, where the heck are they pulling all of these outfits from? And they were posting pictures every day and whatever else. So I DM'd them and I'm like, girl, how are you getting all these clothes? Like, is it PR? The answer from not one, not two, but multiple of them was I just buy a bunch of clothes throughout the week, take the pictures on the weekend, and return them the next week when I'm buying more clothes to then take more photos. And it's a never-ending cycle. These girls are taking a lot of those photos, cutesy photos for Instagram with the tags still on. So please stop comparing yourself to the influencers that are posting my outfit of the day, my outfit of the day. That is literally the outfit of the day because they're not wearing it again. And to be honest, for like 6 months of 2020, that was also me. I was also buying all the clothes and returning them. And it was literally such a fucking burden. And I was like, nope, I can't do this. And that's when I discovered the joy of missing out. Because in my head, missing out on having a picture every day was so much more worth it than having to spend all week going to stores, trying things on, buying them, all weekend, taking pictures and pictures and pictures and making sure that that wasn't out, making sure the clothes didn't get stained, making sure that I was babying those clothes to then go return them the next week. Yeah, I can miss out on that for sure. And I was joyful about it. I also wasn't sad like, oh my gosh, I'm not posting every day. No. Thank God I'm not posting every day. You can take your everyday pictures. Like, I am not one of those. Like, I am not built for that, to be honest. And like that story, I have so many more, but I'm just going to tell you one that's like fairly recent because this one was in 2020. That's like 5 years ago. So this one was fairly recent. It was a couple months ago. I've lately been getting invited to a lot of influencer events, okay? I've been getting invited to them for years. I just recently started to say yes to them. Mind you, I was in a very abusive relationship for a long, long time with a very narcissistic man that left me with PTSD and that left me with social anxiety. And I've been slowly but surely, trying to work towards getting over my social anxiety. And it's been like a lot of work and a lot of, therapy and a lot of everything. I've definitely started to see the results on it, but it's been a lot of work. So with the social anxiety, you best believe that if I was getting invited to an influencer event, I was ghosting that invite. I was not answering nothing. I wanted nothing to do with those influencer events. Because I was like, I'm not good enough. I don't have enough followers. I don't have enough engagement. Why am I here? And mind you, that might be a little bit of like imposter syndrome, which we can talk about in another episode. But I definitely didn't want to go because I didn't want to face people. I mean, I was like, oh, fuck, what if I have nothing to talk about with these girls? Like, I don't know. What am I going to do there? But recently, I started to attend. And I went to one and it was okay. I was intimidated, but I was okay. And I went to the second one and it was even more okay. And I went to the third. And I had friends, and I went to the fourth, and I had met a lot of the girls. So it was like, people that I was used to. But I went to some that were so fun. I went to some that were not so fun. I was like, this is kind of boring. I don't want to come to this. And this story happened, I think in December. So like literally just happened. It was the first tornado that San Francisco had ever had in history. And that day I was invited to an influencer event that I had already RSVP'd to. I had said, yeah, I'm going to go. And I had the outfit and I had laid everything out. To be honest, this was a Saturday afternoon. It was pouring rain outside. I wanted nothing to do with leaving my home. Mind you, I did build my home around having the most peaceful time ever. I love being at my home. My home is my safe space. Like when people ask me, what are you doing tonight? I'm enjoying my rent. I'm enjoying my rent. I'm staying in. That's what I'm doing tonight. So this day, I get invited to an influencer event. I had RSVP'd. I was going to go by myself. I knew a couple of the other girls that were going. So I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll say hi to some girls, take some pictures and leave. That Saturday, the entire day, I didn't want to go. And I was like, fuck, like, I don't want to go. Like, and I didn't even feel like, oh my goodness, the other girls are going to go and they're going to get to take pictures and I'm not. I had none of that feeling. So as the hours kept creeping in and the time to go to the event was getting closer and closer, I was like, fuck this, like, I'm not gonna go. Like, why am I even putting myself through the whole stress of needing to go to something? Just for the fear of missing out on like, oh, what if it's cool? What if it's fun? No, I want nothing to do with it. So long story short, I didn't go and I stayed home and I did a little coloring book and I had a movie day with my boyfriend and we watched movies and we ate snacks and we cuddled that night. We cleaned up a little bit, like we just did regular mundane stuff, not influencer event. And I felt so joyful about it. And I think me a couple years ago wouldn't have had fun staying in. I would have been stressed about, oh my gosh, am I missing out? Are the people there having more fun than me staying here? Did I literally just lose an opportunity of connecting and networking because I didn't attend to this event? I feel like 1,000 thoughts would have gone through my head. Versus me now, I am so happy. I am so cool going or not going. It's whatever choice I'm making. I'm not letting others make the choices for me. And there's so many more examples where girlfriends have invited me out really, really late at night. They want to go to dinner or whatever. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. But cool, I'll see you guys, I don't know, a brunch, whatever. And it's okay. I'm not letting them say, oh my gosh, don't be boring. Like, just come on. And then I'll be like, okay, I'll go. It's fine. No, no, no. If I don't want to go, I am not going. And mind you, I think JOMO is a great concept, but I also think it has to be a conscious decision that you're making. It can't just be, well, I'm not going to go. Like, I guess I'll stay home and see if I have fun. No, 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 no. You have to assume that this is the choice you made. You're not going to go to X, Y, and Z thing, and you're instead going to do this other thing, and you are going to choose to enjoy whatever you're choosing to do. It cannot be, oh, well, I'll stay home and see what happens. No, no, no. I'll stay home and I'll do my coloring books and I'll do the things that I enjoy, or I'll get to clean up my house and, have a clean home when I wake up the next day. It has to be a decision that you consciously make to stay happiness. Mind you, I do believe that happiness is a choice. So therefore, JOMO, it's also a choice. And mind you, some of my favorite things have always been staying in. Staying in, not doing anything, just mingling around my home. But not because those were my favorite things to do meant that I was enjoying them, if that makes any sense at all. I swear it makes sense in my head. Those were my favorite things to do, but I still felt guilty by not doing what the other people were doing. So although I was doing something that I liked, I wasn't enjoying it. So let's say I stayed home doing my coloring book. I'll be coloring, but I'll be stressed of, oh my gosh, I'm coloring, but all my girlfriends are having dinner and I'm just here coloring my book. So I was stressed. I wasn't enjoying it. So when I tell you that you have to make this choice, genuinely, you have to make it. Because the saying no to something is not what's going to bring you joy. It's your brain acknowledging that saying no, it's a choice that you made to stay in a better place. Because to be honest, JOMO is not about simply rejecting things just because that's basically just being a little bit asocial, right? JOMO is not about rejecting things and saying no to play. JOMO, it's about you being aware that you are reclaiming your energy, you are choosing your time, you are in charge of, your vibes, and realizing that your worth is not mutually exclusive with how busy you are. Being busy doesn't mean being happy. And mind you, this might be something that simply comes with age and that you might realize that the older you get, because I am getting older, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I think saying no to things and rejecting plans or making plans, it's about knowing yourself enough to say, yeah, this is something that I want to do, or no, this is something that I don't give a fuck. And you know what else? JOMO helps you avoid burnout, and you cannot convince me otherwise. And sure, it might not be the type of burnout that you experience at work, that you experience in a small business, in a creative position, but you can still get burnt out in social experiences, right? I am pretty convinced that if I had gone to that influencer event in the middle of a storm, okay, well, when the sky was literally falling apart during a tornado, I wouldn't have wanted to go to the next because I would have been like, oh, this one was just such an awful experience. I don't want to do it again. I'm tired, getting ready to go beyond the rain. I wouldn't have wanted to do it. Is it a different type of burnout? Absolutely. Do you still get burned out? Yeah. And when you're literally chasing every single opportunity, you are running on zero fuel. And JOMO helps you refuel. And you cannot convince me otherwise. JOMO gives you that power for you to regroup your energy, gather up, so that when you do show up on an event, on a setting or anything, you are your best self, you're your 100%, and you can put your best foot forward for that experience. Because if you're running on empty and your social battery is on the floor, you're going to be with una cara de culo for the entire day. And I don't know how to say that in English, to be honest. Faith. Sorry. Now, how do we embrace JOMO? Because this is, although it is a decision that you make, it's a hard one. It's not like you can simply see, I don't know, your favorite influencer on Instagram unboxing their new PR and you're going to say, well, yeah, good for them, not my problem. No, no, no. You're still going to be like, God damn, why can't that be me? How do we rebrand our brains to think this way? First of all, you have to redefine fun. Mind you, this is not something that I can truly relate to because I'm not really like a going out person. I generally enjoy being at home. I enjoy just drinking some tea, having my little carrot juice. That's who I am. Now, I do feel like my friends that are night owls and they like to party and they like to have that life, they struggle with the most. And I've had conversations with them where if you start seeing the joy on staying home, if you start seeing the joy on simply reading a book or going to the park and being by yourself, if you start seeing the joy in these little things, then you're going to stop being so freaked out and living the FOMO of what are others doing. You just have to enjoy the little things. Oh my gosh, that actually sounded so cheesy. I'm so sorry, but it's true. Leave social media behind. And this one might be a little bit rough. Mind you, I'm not telling you delete your TikTok, delete your Instagram, because that's not real. I mean, who even does that? Like, you don't want to do that, because then you're going to be overthinking what are others doing. But the only thing is that you're not going to be seeing it. So would it actually be even more damaging for your brain to make up all of these situations where like, oh my gosh, this influencer is going to, she's probably in Dubai right now. She's probably at her house, but you're not going to know. Your brain is making it up. So don't delete your social media, but leave them behind. Listen, I have no shame on unfollowing people and blocking people. Mind you, I like seeing the girls that are, super fit and they're in their fitness journey and they're working out all the time and they're super hot. They have the perfect bodies and they have the perfect outfits. Whatever they put on is going to look good, you best believe. I like seeing that because to me, that's motivation. But if it wasn't, and if I was getting, I don't know, jealous, or if I was having FOMO of me not being that skinny, I will block them because that's not content that I need to see in my life. And even with influencer acquaintances that I've had throughout the years, if I feel like I'm getting anything but happiness from their success, I unfollow them. Like, I do not need to see something that is going to damage me mentally. Like, listen, I feel like in general, I actually get pretty excited for people that have like about my same number of followers and, I don't know, like kind of do the same content. When they get successful, I'm like, damn, Slay, congrats, good job. I can't believe you're living this. How exciting, whatever else. And I don't know, like if they want to get on PR, like I'll get them on my PR list. Like in general, I get pretty happy for the people that I have around me. If it's like, with you, I don't get along that well and I don't really like what you're doing, but like, and I start feeling jealousy and I start feeling why am I not getting invited to this? Why am I not getting this PR? Why am I not doing this and this and this? I don't follow them because the fuck, like they're not paying me to follow them. I can just boom, block. I'm not blocking them because they did anything bad to me. I simply don't want to see them. And I've done it more than 10 times. Like, honestly, this is actually pretty natural behavior on me. If I don't want to see it, goodbye, you're gone. And I recommend you do the same. Like the girl that you keep seeing that she has prettier outfits than you, and every time you see her, you're like, yeah, that's a pretty good outfit, but fuck, why don't I have it? Delete, unfollow right away. And this applies to anyone, like a cousin, content creator, neighbor. If it's damaging your mental health, goodbye. And aside from turning off your notifications, ask yourself, do I really want to do this? Because most of the times the answer will be no. Did I really want to go to that coffee date with that guy? Not really. I'm just probably doing it because we got set up by somebody. Do I really want to go to the influencer event? Probably not. I would rather do a bath at home. Do I really want to go on a 5 a.m. hike with my girlfriend? Probably not. I mean, good for you if you do. And mind you, I am that person that's like at 5 a.m. at the gym. I don't enjoy it. I simply have to do it because my schedule's packed. But do you want to? And if the answer is no, you probably don't have to. And you're going to be so happy by saying no. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Your time is literally so valuable to do things that don't excite you. Hear me out. And this is relating to dates and stuff, and we can talk about it in another episode. There's 52 weekends in a year. That is 102 days that you have to like have fun. If you work a 9 to 5. I mean, if you don't, good for you. But if you work a 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, basically goodbye, gone, don't exist. So you only have 52 weekends in the year to have fun. Okay? How are you using them? Are you using them wisely, or are you simply just throwing things in there, like doing things just because? Like, beg your pardon? If you don't want to go on that day with that guy, you don't have to. If you don't want to go on that hike, you don't have to. Your time is too valuable to waste it on this shit. And celebrate your choices. Whether the decision was to attend or to not to attend something, celebrate it. If you're there, stop thinking what it would have been if you weren't. And if you're not, stop thinking what it would have been if you were, okay? And this is also a choice that you have to make because your brain is going to try to take you there. I think our brains secretly hate us, and our brains are always trying to test us, and they're like, what happens if I take your train of thought this way? Or what happens if I take it this way? And our brains normally wants to take us towards the more depressive route. We can't let it. You have to literally say, stop. Stop. This is not what I'm thinking about. This is not my choice. Goodbye. And back to the influencer event. I had so much fun staying home. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to wake up tomorrow to a clean home because I cleaned it. And I'm going to get to wake up tomorrow with my boyfriend and we're going to have fun. It was my choice and it was celebrated. And mind you, I'm not telling you throw a party because you decided to stay home. But emotionally, award yourself for whatever choice you made. It's okay whichever choice you end up making. And listen, if I had gone to the influencer event during the fucking tornado, which I wasn't going to go, but if I had, I would have told myself, oh, look, I got to meet other people and I got to take pretty pictures and what a good idea it was to come. Or it would have been a lesson, to like, yeah, maybe next time I don't have to drive on the rain. Whichever choice you're making, celebrate it, acknowledge it, celebrate it, learn from it. And I think alongside with celebrating goes gratitude. If you start practicing gratitude, I think your brain will get a little bit more positive. And this is about our brain rebrand. Your brain will get more positive. If you start seeing the things that you do have as opposed to the things that you don't have, it's a pretty powerful mind shifting tool, to be honest. If you instead of saying, damn, I have to work out at 5 a.m. because I don't have any more time during my day, start saying, damn, I get to work out at 5 a.m. Most of the people are asleep because they're exhausted from the night before. But I get to wake up and be one of the first people in the world to wake up and be one of the first people to work out. What a blessing. Instead of saying, damn, I have to eat at home today, like I can't just eat out, like I don't have time to go order or whatever, say, damn, I get to eat a healthy meal today. My tummy is going to be grateful to me. You best believe, because whatever you're eating outside, probably trash. Sorry. Honestly, the food in the US, kind of questionable. So just be grateful for what you're doing or what you're not doing, and whatever decisions you're making, be consciously grateful for them. Trust me, your mind will change. And we have to start wrapping this up. And you know me, I can talk for ages and ages and won't shut up. But I just want to leave you with this thought. Missing out is not really missing out, okay? Missing out is a chance that you have to say, this is what's right for me in this moment. And think about how incredibly blessed you are to have a choice, to say yes or no. And I was thinking about this recently where a TikTok came up and it said like, oh my gosh, I just, like the feeling that I get when I realize that I'm the first woman in my family to be able to live alone without a man. And I'm like, damn, that's powerful as fuck. You get to choose if you want to couple up and like have a partner live with you, or if you want to have a roommate, or if you want to live by yourself. You get that choice. And in general, you get choices. So whichever choice you make should be based off of whatever is right for you. And when you start choosing based off of that instead of based off of, ticking a box off, life is going to get a lot more joyful. Because also, guess what, girlies? Life is not about ticking every box and attending every single event and taking pictures with everyone. And life is not about that. It's about creating a space that feels comfortable to you, that feels safe, that feels fun. And whatever that space might be, you might be more joyful to go out every weekend and to, I don't know, be buying and returning all the clothes every single week. That might be what you find joy on. And do not let someone just guide you through their way. Find your own. And as per usual, girly pop, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for spending time with me. If you feel like this episode resonated with you and like you learned something and you had funsies, just let me know on social media. I am everywhere as @It'sALawPodcast, and my socials are @IngeloreDubs. DM me, send me a voice note, comment on the pictures, whatever it is. I want to get to know you. I want to connect with you. I want to see what you're going through. If you feel like you have a topic that you would like me to talk about next episode, let me know because I'll talk about it most likely. And yeah, that's it, girly pops. Thank you so much for listening. Besitos.